Hello, Vera here. Welcome to my channel. Today I'll show you a different shapes of the same design. Now we started with the bow. You can check it out the video. And now I'll show you how to make a different kind of a shape. The only different is that not as many stitches, and I stretch the balloon inside that way on a opposite direction and let it dry this way, so you can see that one is a little bit differently stretched than the other one, and it's kind of a unique look to it. Different, that's for sure, when you're looking at it. So anyway, we'll start the new year with this one, and I decided to put the numbers to it. So next year or this year, well, it's actually still 2022, but I'll be putting it out on the 1st of January. So anyway, it's gonna be number 1 for the year. So let's start it. Now if I can just find the beginning of the thread. Like usually, I'm using 1.5 millimeter hook and number 10 thread. And it all depends how many stitches you put out there in the beginning. So for the look, I'll just show you. You can start chaining 8 or 9. I'm just gonna do 8. And it depends, how hard you can stick the balloon in there. Now for this design, I just showed you, you can use those little bitty balloons, but I don't have them, so I put a big one in there. Okay, so we have a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Slip stitch in the beginning. And now you can chain 4. So it's going to be easier to put it together, or 3 as we usually do all around the circle. So I put 4 just for a good measure. So we have 1, we need 6 of them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we want to be on the top of the circle, so we chain 2, yarn over once, and we're going into the first chain. That's why we make 4 of them, so we kind of can get into the first one, and we're making a double crochet, which brings us to the top of the circle. Look like that. Again, you can start with the 4 or 3. This time I'm just gonna do 3, and we do the same thing all around. Okay, chain 3 and single crochet. Okay, I think I have it on the other side. and we ending it up. Wait a minute, if I can catch that thing. Probably I would do it already if I didn't mess with that. Okay, so we comes again to the end of the second row, chain 2, yarn over, and we hook it up on the top of this and making a double crochet. So we have a 7 circle around. So now we chain 3 plus 2, yarn over, in the same space we making a double crochet. Okay, chain 1, going into the next space, we're making a double crochet and chaining 2 and a double crochet in the same space. So I kind of am making that V shape. Chain 1, going into the next one, double crochet, chain 2, double crochet, and it's a V shape. And I think I should have it right here, already pre-made. So it looks like this. So what I did, I chain 1, and then you just slip stitch on the 3rd chain. So it looks like this, going into the space. So I slip stitch one more time, and now you chain 3 for a first double crochet, and chaining it one more time. I mean, making a second double crochet. So we have 2 double crochets, chain 3, and we're making a double crochet in the same space. Looks like this. Chain 2, and we're going into the next V shape and making double crochet. Now chain 4, and we're making burp. And that, and we're doing another double crochet. Chain 3, and a double crochet in the same space. It looks like this. Then you chain 2, and you're going into the next and you do the same thing. I think I have that right here. So it looks like this. As you remember, we didn't do burpee on those 2 first chain. So like I chain 2 right here. Now we get on the top of those 2, slip stitching it, and now we're chaining 4 and make the burp. Now the first one is easy, then you have to find a second one and just do it like that, and then you slip stitch one more time in here and slip stitch inside that. Now the reason we're doing it afterwards, because it would be harder to slip stitch into that V shape, so we do it in the end. Okay, now we do 1, 2, 3. Now you can do 4 and then 3 stitches, or you just do 3 as a regular double crochet and then 3 stitches. Double crochet, and now we're making a 3 double crochet with the burpee on the top. So this is the first one, second one, and now we chain 4 and do the burpee. And double crochet. Okay, and we're chaining 2 again. Going into the next one, chain 3 and double crochet. And another one, and 1, 2, 3, 4 for a burpee, and 1 more. So it looks like this. I think I have another one right here. Now this one, I started with the chaining 3 and 3 and then 2 double crochets. So now with this one, I'm ending it up like this. So I need to do the burpee on the top. So I'm not really sure if this one's gonna be good. I just should go into this and not confuse you. But it doesn't matter which way you start it. Now this one I have the same way. Okay, so I started here with the chaining 3, 3, and then do 3 double crochet with the burpee. So now instead of this, I'm doing 3 double crochets. That means, you know, like I have to do the burpee now. So it doesn't matter which way you started it. It's just that finishing, it's always the same. So it goes left and right, left and right. And we need to make 7 of them. So again, I'm just gonna start this one. 1, 2, 3 for double crochet. 1, 2, 3 for spacing. And then you do the 2 double crochets. And then chaining 4. And burp. So once you start with the loop, and then you do 3 double crochets, and now we're chaining 3. we started with 1 right here, then we did 2, 2, and now we're doing 3 between the spacing. So chaining 3, going into this one, one, two, three, chaining 4, and making burpee. And 1 more double crochet. And then you chain 3 again. So when you finish all round, you come in here and you have to do again 3 double crochets with the, actually you don't do the burpee because you do the burpee afterwards. So looks like that. So what I have in here, I already put my balloon in here, and I'm gonna show you how many rows did I went. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now you can go 7, 8, 9. It depends how long you want this to be, because then you're just going to stretch this part right here to be more narrow. So in this one I put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's kind of like makes a nice size. So anyway, I have 8 right here. I finished in the loop, so now we have to do the double crochets. And this time I'm just going to do 2 of them, because we're trying to close up the circle. So I'm not doing the burpee on the top. I have to do that after I get back. So chaining 3 and making a double crochet. Like that. Now we stop chaining 3, we're chaining 2 again. So it's kind of like whatever we did in the beginning, we're doing in the end. Going in here and making a burpee now, because we only do 2 double crochets. And 1 more double crochet. So now we have only 2 again. Chain 3. And double crochet. Chaining 2. Now 4. Coming back and do that burpee thing. And 1 more double crochet. Chaining 3 and a double crochet and and chaining 2. Okay, and so on, so on. Now you see that your opening getting smaller, and so that's the reason I'm always put the balloon in there, because then it's kind of hard, and I like to have my opening in here, you know, big enough so I can go through it. Now I have here another one. So what I did here, after you finish the circle, maybe I should show you on this one how we did it. So we come to the end. Maybe I could probably do it like here. So you come to the end and you have to slip stitch on the top of those 2. Okay. Okay, I'm probably just gonna do it this way. So you slip stitch on the top of those 2, and you're making your burp. Okay. Oops. And then you come to that opening right here, and you chain 3 plus 2, and you do going in the same opening, and you're doing that V shape like we did in the beginning. And again, you put 2 between, so you go from here to here, chain 2, and you're doing those V shapes. Again, chain 2, you're coming to the next, and you make chaining 2, and you make another double crochet. So that's going to look like this. And that's exactly what I have on this green one. And then you chaining 2, and you slip stitch on the top of this chaining 3, and now you have to slip stitch inside that V shape. So what we do right now, what we did in the beginning, because now your opening is just a little bit wide, so we're chaining 3, and we're going into the next V shape, single crochet, chaining 3, the next one, chaining 3, and again, Okay, so at this point, I guess because we are in the end and I didn't realize that, we're just gonna chain 2, yarn over, going right here in the beginning of those chaining 3, and we make a double crochet so we would get on the top of this. Okay, now we do the same thing, 1, 2, 3, going into this opening, 1, 2, 3, a next one, 1, 2, 3, into the next, okay, we are in the end, so again, chaining 2, yarn over, and we slip stitch right here, not slip stitch, but making a double crochet. Now it's getting smaller, but it's not small enough, so we're gonna skip 1 and going into the next. So 1, 2, 3. I'm trying to get my finger in there so I can show you. Okay, we're skipping this one and going into the next one. 1, 2, 3. Okay, it's gonna be hard to see, but we'll figure it out. Okay, skipping this and going into the next one and making a single crochet. 1, 2, 3. Skipping this one and going into the next. Okay, and now we're just going 1, 2, 3, and see if I can stick my finger in there so we see what we have here. Probably not, but we'll going to into here and making a slip stitch. So we have that little square right now in there. I'm hoping you can see it. And we have to close it. So what I'm going to do, I'm just gonna do 1 more stitch and I'm gonna cut a long piece of string. With the scissors I don't have. Okay. This one's gonna work. Longer you get, easier it's gonna be work with, but that's what we're going to do. Now look what I did. Unbelievable. can do it. Okay. So now you go into that square and you're going to try to make it even smaller. Like this. And one more time. If I can see what I'm doing. Okay. So when I blow the balloon, and you don't have to put too much air in there. It depends how you want to go with your shape, design. Like I said, those smaller balloons would work much better. You can kind of stretch it left side even bigger than the right. You can put more air in there and make it more bulky on the top. You can probably even get less air in there and kind of stretch it. But you have to stretch it both ways. You have to figure out where you hook it up after you sugar water or whatever you're using. Okay, we're trying to put more air in there and see if it would look different. Or maybe if you put more balloon inside, make the neck smaller, you know, so it would blow more air in the middle. That would probably work too. Now I can really stick the thing in there. Okay, let's try again. And see how the shape is gonna look now. See? Like you really could work it a different way, but that's why you need that strength on this side so you can actually pull it and make that, you know, like a different shape, like I said. But that's what it is. That's how it's look like. I hope you like it. I have another different shape for the same design, so I'll show you later. But for right now, that's what we come up with. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful, more prosper year that it's coming. And let's crochet together. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.